So, how essentially adults and teenagers that essentially have sex with each other, or teenagers with teenagers and adults with adults, feel. Um, they feel like they want to essentially have infinite sex without essentially getting the woman pregnant. Hmm. That's how they feel. That's how this planet feels. That's how they're trained. And mm-hmm. And on top of that, we need to essentially actually deal with the population control. Essentially, so military essentially isn't forced by essentially the commanders to support essentially war, support sabotaging things, and um, hmm so yeah, it's a matter of essentially the chemicals affecting the body to the point where male and female cannot produce essentially sperm cells or eggs unless they essentially take a certain pill. And women would have different pills, men would have different pills. And you'd have to essentially sign up through essentially college, take a college class. It'd be like 3 months or something like that, essentially with essentially your husband or wife. And you'd have to sign up to essentially have children. And that's the thing. You'd go through so much psychology, sociology that those teachers, along with the military, tracking essentially with devices, the military spying with devices, there wouldn't be anyone in the future that would go through essentially abuse as essentially a child. There wouldn't be any rape. There wouldn't be any person essentially like homeless. There just wouldn't be any situations that kids shouldn't go through. Um, hmm. And that's the thing. Like yeah. And then the military can make it so people have to sign up to essentially have children. So then when we hit the cap, where we essentially have too many humans on the planet, we essentially still have enough space for, like even on the sidewalk, we walking on the sidewalk, we still have enough space in stores. We still have enough space for essentially house room. We still have enough space for production of essentially all materials and production of animals and fish and bugs and whatnot. And we don't lose any genetics. We still have enough room for essentially forests. We still have enough room for mountains. We still have enough room for essentially the snow areas, and yeah, that's the thing. And once we essentially hit that cap limit, then the military can make it so essentially it is technically illegal to essentially have children until one person dies. But that's the thing. I'm helping the military make it so we actually are immortal in the future. So therefore, we have to make more planets.